Hello everyone, Gotta Be a Wolf here. If you're new to the channel, hi. If you're not new to the channel, hello. What's going to be happening in this video is I'm going to be reading a prologue from a new book that I just finished writing. It's my first ever book. It's called Black and White, Episode 1, The Wrath of a Bully. So I'll be reading the prologue right now of that. Before we get started though, just a disclaimer that there are heavy themes in here of bullying, suicide, like those kind of nature, that kind of nature. So if those aren't for you, please click off this video because I do care about your well-being. There are also going to be links in the description to different like hotlines and stuff. If you think that you would like to check those out, do that. And for those of you who want to keep sticking through this, thank you. I hope you enjoy. Prologue, a mundane introduction / opening crawl, but with a 0% chance of Jar Jar in future installments. Everyone goes through it. You'll get past this. It'll get better. You've heard it so often your mind automatically blocks out the unbelievers. What do they know about this time? Can they actually remember their own experiences? Do they know the shitstorm of emotions and heartache that arises during one's puberty years? Have they forgotten the diligent service everyone else provides you? Reminders that you could be a worthy person of love, if only you didn't have. That support chips away at the ground, giving you a space to crawl into, creating a place where you can belong for a blissful moment while protecting you from all the scornful creatures who broke into your world and are wreaking havoc. That moment not leaving, never moving, forward, frozen. A neutral period that is infinitely lasting. The unbelievers may not find this burrow. For many, they cannot see it, cannot fathom such a place. Some even doubt its existence. However, I assure you, you choosing to occupy the whole will make it appear to all. Finally, they will understand what you have been telling them. The very knowledge will sear itself into their brains, after yours has fizzled up into ash. Sorry for the morbid beginning. It's just, as someone who spends their existence watching all of time occurring throughout the cosmos, I see some beautiful things, along with many awfulness that devours the beauty. I would like to let you know, I'm on your side. Life may be a bitch, but the living are the only ones capable of malicious acts, even if it's oftentimes non-intentional. No matter the age, those awful feelings will stick around, becoming bearable and unimaginably painful at different points as the rising and falling waves which carry you along life. I don't mean to be a hypocrite, but I am on the other side of this. I figure I have some sort of standing when I say sticking through this is important. If not for yourself, if it is too much to handle, then pick someone who you know can't see you leave yet. Like I said, I certainly hate seeing such beauty leave the earth, because it means the gifts given throughout one's natural lifetime either never get delivered, rot away, or evolve into a monster due to the person's absence. The laughter, memories, inventions, discoveries, lessons, everything in between are what keep me watching, eagerly looking forward to observing how your gifts will enhance the world each day. Sometimes it irks me. I can pinpoint the exact coordinates of someone who appears on any of my looking glasses, no matter where they are, what the time is, or how indistinct the environments appear. What I will never see is the thoughts rattling inside, how they are feeling in that moment, where they want to be. It took me more than a decade to glimpse into their psyches, even more time to realize 2 instances of practically the same event are still believed to be unique by their respective individuals. The finest details give each one of them their own titles under the same genre instead of being short stories contained in the same book, giving different sentiments to their owners. Not like gumballs. They are all just the same round sugary spheres after being launched from a cannon in the heat of battle. So much easier to be like one of those candies than experience the 7 years of confusion and frustration you traverse during the early period of one's life, using your newly acquired higher thinking to fit together all the pieces of the puzzle that make up you. Disregard the fact for a moment. These same skills unlock a new lens that reveals hidden truths of everything around you, shaking the foundation of the world you had come to know before this point, never to be forgotten for the rest of your newly insignificant and recognizably obscure life. That is only 1/10 of what an average lifespan has in store for every human being. It is surprising we still survive as a species despite it, no? Arg, the world is sounding depressing again. I hate this topic. Gumballs are much more enjoyable to discuss. Can we talk about them instead? Please? Have you ever seen a gumball race? They are a spectacle. I have a gumball machine in my viewing room. It houses the looking glasses. When I hate what I'm seeing through the cosmos, I have different balls raced down. It's the best, especially when given vicious and dystopian backgrounds. A recent go-to of mine is the commonality between the balls convinced them to band together with their brethren in order to survive. Greens, the perceived strongest of the bunch, with a secret tragic history. Reds, retribution, shown through a fierce toxic war for balance, as they slip downwards on the swirly plastic slide of dominance. Everyone at the mercy of yellow's insensitive, sugar-lipped will. Blacks and whites, with the help of the recovering purples, maneuvering their way through the rest of the colors to alert them of the pernicious weapons they each possess inside them. I apologize for tricking you and bringing it back to another dark place. And of course I suppose you don't know that yet. The events that occurred at the Kinetic Association of Academia Private High School. That is why you are here, to learn about these individuals and their struggles, discovering who they must be despite the creatures out to stop them, wrestling to achieve their desires while simultaneously venturing to form sincere connections with others, all the while not being eaten by the scornful creatures. As I have been granted permission to share these experiences with you, I sincerely hope it provides comfort in the familiarity. All the same, please enjoy. I almost forgot. It would be better to introduce myself now rather than later. I was not part of the events of this particular story. I have the skills necessary to speak about it, as well as the others following this one, rest assured. I had observed everything as they occurred through my looking glasses and had interviewed several of the people included for their perspectives and thoughts at the time. As another necessary side note, I cannot promise to leave out my own input from time to time. Call it a necessary distraction from the unpleasantness that occurred in life, so much to the gumball races earlier. In addition, I may be a learned man, but I'm no storyteller. I will be taking a different approach in recounting these tales from what you are used to. Such is the natural consequence of being inexperienced. As for a name, I have been given many. Sablier, Vinil Shil, Shapka, the man in that top hat with an hourglass stitched in, or Top Hour, if you prefer. You can give me another name too, just not any variation of Mungu. I really despise that one. With everything covered, let us begin.